All right, here we go.
Did you just type?
A lot of podcasts these days. Tippy toe around everybody's little feelings. The little snowflakes are fragile. But you won't get any of that crap here. Welcome to the Mark G Show. From political issues to cultural issues to current events and everything in between, we're talking about it. And we talk about it how we want, melting the little snowflakes. This is the Mark G Show, and this is Mark G.
What's going on, everybody, in the Mark G Show? Dear God, it's going to take me a while to get used to the whole rebranding, but man, it's another beautiful day. I'm not in a freaking box yet, so it's golden. We've got my brother Gary in the house. Gary, what's happening?
What's going on, big dog?
Not much, man. So what'd you say right before I hit that intro button?
Said, did you text me?
I did.
Yeah.
I was wondering how long it took to get a water.
Well, I made a shaker. I made a shake.
Oh, you made a shake?
And I grabbed some water.
Good. Anything good in that shake, or is it just lovely protein? Just protein. And chocolate, vanilla,
chocolate.
Just chocolate. Man, it's so plain.
Chocolate, bro. What do you need? What do you need more? That's more than chocolate.
I don't know. Then, so, question: did you just recently buy that new batch, or have you had that one for a little while?
My protein?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe like a week or two.
Has the price gone up on that yet?
I haven't looked.
Do you even watch your prices at all?
Not at all.
That is horrible.
Well, I do know that I kept the receipt because it was $75 even to fill up my tank on Friday.
You just have a little baby truck too, don't you?
Little Tacoma.
Yeah, so a little baby truck.
Yeah.
And it costs you $75 to fill that thing.
Yep.
That's freaking nuts. How much is a gallon of gas where you're at right now?
I think it was like $4.99 if you're getting the good stuff. I think it was like
ouch,
60 something.
See, we're not that bad up here yet. I know we're right around the $4.30, between $4.30 to $4.43, depending on where you go. So that high price marker hasn't hit up on the East Coast just yet. Oh dear God, here we go. Tibbetts is already jumping on the chat on us over here. Well, let me pull him up over here. Meg is saying hi, Gary. $60 for their tank. John Tibbetts goes, can you tell me if I buy 10 million rubles for less than a half a cent a piece, then the price goes up if I exchange rubles for cash? Will I be rich? Can I be considered the oligarch?
I don't know. I read like a headline. I didn't even read the rest of the article, but I saw a headline that was saying like, if like whatever happens to the Russian stock market, like it'll have its recovery as well, right?
Every market has its recovery.
All right. So get your money ready, boys.
Right. Unfortunately, though, I can tell you can't buy into it right now. They blocked it all.
Well, maybe right now, but I'm sure at some point,
when it does open up, you might be able to buy into it. And if you get in at the right time for the right price, you might be able to make some money. Listen, I'm not giving financial advice.
Make a few rubles,
Yeah. I'm not a financial advisor.
What they're called, rubles. Man, I feel bad for what's going on about that whole shit, but whatever.
Horrible, right? So before we do get the show started, everybody, I do want to get this out of the way. So this way here, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch does not give me a good old band hammer. Everything on this show is the opinions of myself, my brother, or any of the guests that we may have on this show. And it's up to you to choose what you want to do with that information. But as far as we are concerned, and as far as everybody else is concerned, this is for entertainment purposes only. So do with it as you will. So now that that's out of the way, because that does seem to be working. I mean, some of our shows, I could have sworn to friggin' hell we're going to get banned, but we haven't. So we'll keep rolling with that.
Yeah.
So I made a TikTok.
All fun and games. It's all fun and games, folks.
And then, so I made an interesting TikTok, and I think maybe I should play it because it's going to kind of go into what we're talking about tonight. So what I want to do right now,
TikTok. Oh man.
Yeah, no, it's actually quite funny. I've gotten quite a good, some quite a good reviews on this one because it's hilarious because where I'm going with this is kind of about where I'm seeing where we're going as a country, right? Because hey, thanks, Karen. On, yeah, you just heard. Was that
Karen?
Karen? Oh yeah, I
Fucking
called her
Karen.
Karen. I called her Karen. Shut up. So let me go ahead and pull it up here. Let me get it up on the screen. All right, so you see, it's like a little news setting over here.
Oh, is that one of those things? Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those filters you can use where they have a newscaster on the left or whatever.
Right.
So listen to how I do this as a little comedy skit, but then I'm going to go into how I actually think this could become a reality, not for the politicians, of course, but for your middle income mom and dads and stuff like that, working class America. So let me just play this here.
All right.
Hey, thanks, Karen. Thanks, Karen. So we're down right now in the White House kitchen because it's kind of loud outside. We're getting breaking reports right now that Nancy Pelosi, Kamala Harris, even Chuck Schumer, they've had to apply for food stamps. It's insane, right? The cost of inflation and the cost of gas prices are causing even politicians now to go on welfare. They just can't afford it no more. It's insane. And the tide is starting to turn red right now. It's completely turning red. If I have Joe over here, open up the door, you're going to hear what the crowd's chanting. Open up that door, Joe, so she can hear it. I mean, it's nuts right now. The tide is turning. Everybody is going red. They're tired of this dementia red. I mean, I'm sorry. They're tired of Biden. You know, they're tired of the inflation. We just got to do something.
It would have been great if there was a response from her, like just something like really
right,
like hollow and just like, I don't know.
Yeah, if she actually came in with like a little bit of a vocal point, that would have been phenomenal,
something dead, just something like completely useless.
It would have been phenomenal. So, but no, I mean, I played that clip and I made that clip because I'm looking at right now for the price of gas. So you take your average mom and dad, working American family, or even someone who's single or whatever, and they're out there working. Now, mind you, everybody's gotten these pay raises, but of course, when you get pay raises, the cost of goods go up. And I think that's where a lot of people don't understand. Yeah, you want to demand these extra pay raises, but guess what? Cost of goods are going to go up now because they got to make up for those pay raises. They can't just keep it at a minimum. So that pay raise doesn't mean jack shit to you.
So here's a something to consider. Like for my job, I have to get shipping rates to get our products to our customers, and the fuel surcharge has gone from something like 18% to like 38%. 38% fuel surcharge. Like that's a lot. Like that's 38% of the cost of just getting freight. 38% of that cost is fuel. It's almost 40%. And if you think about that, that cost is going to be passed on to the end consumer.
Right. So I kind of going off topic a little bit, only because Tibbetts pulled this up here. I think the gas stations and oil companies are price gouging. He calls for LePage for governor here in the state of Maine. You know, I can agree with that to a certain extent, right? There's some things that the White House, the president did that kind of screwed up our gas prices. And I can show you in the history of when I've ordered oil that's freaking nuts from back in 2020 to right now on how much the oil went up. But at the same time, yes, there's a ridiculous tax that the states cause on this as well. So the states are screwing people. Don't get me wrong. It's not all federal government, right? But it does boil down to your state government. And yes, it does boil down to your oil companies and stuff like that as well, gouging. There is a lot of people taking advantage of this war and blaming it all on Putin. Yes, Putin's an evil freaking bastard. Don't get he's an evil bastard. But at the same time, it's not all on Putin. It's like 6% of the American oil comes from freaking Russia. It's nuts. You responded to the chat over there.
I'm looking up the cost of a gallon of oil or a barrel of oil.
Was it
$120 right now per barrel? I don't know.
Barrel?
I don't know.
They're talking about that's supposed to hit like $300 at some point.
105. I don't know. So I mean, crude is at 105 right now. It says all prices, but I don't know. Like, I don't know anything about these blends or anything. I don't know if oilprice.com is the best resource to. I'm not sure. This is not a world that I play around in very
And no,
often.
and that's why during our last podcast, I tried making a cry out for anybody who may be in the oil industry that we could talk to, because I would love to be educated, right? We can talk shit all we want. We can also bitch all we want. But in
Sure.
all reality, we're not professionals, right? We're seeing this from a different perspective. We're seeing this from, the buyer perspective. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's going on that we don't see, right? There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind those doors at the White House that we don't see. There's a lot of stuff that we don't see on every side, whether you're Democrat, Republican, libertarian. We don't see a lot of this stuff, right? We can come up with our own.
libertarian.
I did say libertarian. What's
I love it. That's a great one. Libertarian. Are you a libertarian? I love it. I fucking love it.
But seriously, though, I mean, it's horrible. But back to what I was talking about. Like,
hold on. Is this market manipulation, or is this the currency being devalued, or is it a multi-pronged thing?
Right, and that's the question to be asked. Like, what is it? And of course, Tibbetts over there. We'll get to your comment in a minute, Tibbetts. I really do want to talk about this, though. Like, my fear is for somebody like myself who has struggled to work to get my life off of living on a welfare and to be where I'm at now, being absolutely not on any welfare whatsoever. I'm afraid for somebody who's like me, they may have to go back on it because of the way the price is going, right? I don't think I will, because I've learned to manage, but I'm scared for a lot of these families that may have to go back on it or get on it because they're unable to heat their home, or they're unable to buy food for their families, because if their oil becomes the same cost as their freaking mortgage or their rent, it's going to be really hard for them to feed their family. And there was somebody I was just reading on Facebook that said that literally if gas prices go up any higher, that it will be matched right up to the same amount as their mortgage. And that's scary for a lot of families, right?
That's pretty gnarly.
It is. So the reality is that we could see a lot more people.
How much are they driving? What kind of car do they got though? Are they driving like a fucking 88 full-size Chevy Suburban? What are they? I mean, what are they?
But even if they are driving an 88 Chevy Suburban, though, maybe that's how they're able to, they just can't afford a new car. Maybe their credit's fucked up. See, there's so many.
Dude. And that's like, see, that's the thing. That's a lot of people.
That's a damn lot of people, right?
That's a lot of people.
There's a large majority of people here in America that have screwed up credit. I, for one, was in that boat for the longest time till I had to try buying the house. I had to get my shit.
But you figured your shit out and you got it cleaned up, right?
Right. Oh, I definitely got it cleaned up.
And it took what, a year?
It took actually six months.
So if
I went balls to the walls and did what I had to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So
people become pretty fucking resourceful when they have to be,
Right. Desert Rats over there says use a truck for work. Then we got tough for single parents too. I agree with you, Meg Robinson. It's going to be tough on a lot of people, right? I mean, that's my biggest fear, is seeing people that, had this pride. Hey, I'm not on welfare. I'm doing fantastic. Oh shit, I got to feed my family. It's either get gas in my tank so I can go to work, just afford gas in my tank, or get some type of help so I can feed my family at the same time. I'm seeing scary times coming, and it's being forced.
There's a lot of companies right now that are encouraging, promoting working from home.
There is still quite a bit of working from home. I will agree.
There's a lot of hiring right now. Like, there's a lot of companies hiring right now.
And now here's the kicker about that. So I've been saying that to a lot of people. I've said that to my teenage daughter who's finally got a job, right? But I will say this. Yes, there's a lot of places hiring, but they're not automatically hiring. I have seen a lot of people bitch, complain that I know personally, and as well as I've seen on Facebook saying, listen, I applied to 15 spots. I've had multiple interviews. None of them are calling me back. Oh, we're waiting to check on more applicants. Whether or not, if they're just a shitty applicant or not, but I'm seeing a lot of people. So you can't just tell me that 20 out of 30 people are all shitty applicants for the same place or whatever. I think a lot of these companies may be hiring in hopes that business picks up, because business still ain't the same. There's no way business is still the same. I'm seeing it in my clients' locations that they have not picked up to where they were back to pre-COVID. So there's still people out there scared to go out to eat, go to bars. Bars don't even stay open at 1 o'clock in the morning here anymore. They shut down at like 11 o'clock at night, which is insane.
Kind of weird, right?
It's extremely weird. So Desert Rat over here says, see, libs only think about their lives and not think about what others have it tougher. And that's true, Desert Rat. And you know, here's the thing. I've had people come at me about my show because I'm a Republican, right? I've had people come after me for this. And here's the thing. I don't show hate to anybody, and I don't think anybody should. I welcome anybody into my show, regardless of their political views, regardless of any of their beliefs, because I look at, and this is the hard part about it is we're all freaking human. No matter what you look at, we're all human. We all have our faults. I don't care who you are. Your shit does stink. You do not freaking smell of freaking daisies. And people need to get over that. I'm tired of seeing people getting threatened because they don't want to get the freaking vax. I'm tired of people wishing upon death upon people because of it. The world just needs to go back to,
that's crazy that people are.
It is. It's freaking nuts. I mean, and then at the same time, I think, you know, people are trying to change our world to be the more quote unquote woke. And it's absolutely ridiculous. There's a certain grade range. Do you see what Florida was doing? I know I'm going off topic, but trying to get a bill to teach kids in kindergarten and first grade.
They're trying to what?
Teach kindergartens and first graders about whether or not if you want to be a boy or a girl.
How about you just let kids be kids and let them fucking play in the dirt and put jungle gyms back out on the fucking playground so kids can learn how to climb and fall down and hurt themselves. That's the thing again.
But the problem is that's what we're doing. We're taking kids and we're not letting them be kids anymore, and that's scary.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, let them fucking go out and be kids again.
Right. So we got like chats blowing up over here tonight. Meg Robson says, yes, wages are hiring, but nobody wants to work. I've seen this in my area. Yeah, Megs, I've seen places, McDonald's hiring for $16 an hour over this way, which is, I think when I worked at McDonald's back when I was in my 20s, I was only getting paid like $7.25. So when I see McDonald's hiring for that much, I'm like, holy shit. Like, that's nuts. Let's see here. I'm just pulling up more. I can't afford to eat out. Coffee $3.50. What?
Hey, for real though, coffee is $3.50, and that's a lot for a fucking coffee, in my opinion. But
I can't with this guy tonight. I can't with Tibbet's comments tonight. It's insane. We got a guest request coming in. Actually, I'm going to bring him in from the Wisdom app. We're going to try this out here. Let's see. We got topics. Bringing them in here. It's first time bringing it in. This first time you doing these guest requests here, so we'll see what happens. Hello, this is Mark.
What is going on, man?
What's happening, man? How are you?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
Oh man, I'm not in a body bag, so I'm always doing good in that state.
That's crazy you say that because I say the same thing. Well, not the same thing, but I say I'm breathing, so you know that's always good, right?
Right, that's it, man.
Truly is, and what you're talking about too is also essential as well, given the current nature of our economy, and it's quite a very polarizing topic now, especially as people are suffering at the pump with rising commodity prices. It's quite interesting.
It's phenomenal, right? I mean, it's crazy times that we're in right now.
Yes, and with the fact that you have inflation dealt with demand pull inflation, and of course you have push inflation as well. Things like that is also driving these prices through the roof. I mean, you see how when there's a lack of a necessary material needed to get a job done, and with the chip shortage as well, that's catalyst right there showing that there clearly is an existing demand issue. But if you have too much demand and not enough product, of course, that demand pull inflation starts kicking in. And then there's like several other cataclysmic variables in addition to that, because now you have the Federal Reserve implementing their tax rate hike, and by doing that, well, you already know what's going to benefit the banks, but for the average consumer, it's gonna suck a little bit.
That it is. And my scare part about this, when you say it suck a little bit, for some people that little bit's a little bit, but for some others, that little bit's going to be quite a bit for them.
Yeah, I try to use that delicately.
No, I hear you, man. I appreciate you chiming in. I mean, anything else you want to share out here, feel free. Everything I will tell you though does go. This is a live recording of our podcast. So.
Well, great. I'm definitely going to tune into the show. I definitely, I'm always here for podcasts, so I definitely love it. But anything else to add as far as the substance? Honestly, I think it's essential just to understand and moderate your finances as these commodity prices go up as well, because people are going to start having to make financial sacrifices at the expense of preserving a mortgage loan, perhaps a car payment as well, in addition to credit card debt as well. So just be wary of the constant changing environment too. Plus, it'll be slightly more difficult to acquire a personal property or a house that builds on interest as these interest rates are going up there too. So just be wary and be cognizant. As far as that goes, I do appreciate you having me here on the show, Mark. So you take care.
Anytime. Thank you for coming in. That was awesome. That actually came out pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, I agree with them.
Contribution. Guy's a thinker. Knows the stuff.
No, and I agree with them. People do need to start looking at their finance, start pension. I mean, for one, we've already canceled. We canceled every subscription that we have. To save, except for my hot sauce.
I was just gonna say, even the hot sauce. Come on,
I couldn't, dude. If I canceled my hot sauce subscription, I would cry like a big baby.
Right? I mean, you gotta have at least that one thing that kind of keeps you sane.
Right. Well, my hot sauce is what got me literally to quit drinking for the longest time. Like instead of drinking, I just fell in love with hot sauce and fell in love with grown peppers and stuff like that. And that's what kept me from drinking. So I was like, I can't get rid of my hot sauce. But all my t-shirts, like my t-shirt subscriptions and stuff like that, whatever. I got tons of them right now. I'll wear them until they start getting holy and ratty. I don't care. I canceled all those. Yeah, and I still am. I just saw Meg down here talking about shopping online. I do still shop online because I do find some things cheaper online than I do inside the store. But let me read what she wrote anyways on YouTube. She wrote, with everybody shopping online, I think they will shut a lot of big chains. And for people with no credit, this is a bad thing. I can agree. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of people that don't have checking accounts. There's a lot of people, believe it or not, I've had quite a few employees that have sat there and told me, I don't have a bank account. So, I've had to kind of push them over to whatever, like the Cash App or something like that, where they can get a direct deposit through Cash App and still get a debit card through them. But there is a lot of people out there that don't have bank accounts and stuff. So if it ever did happen, that could hurt a lot of people as well. I mean, it's crazy. And I'm seeing the gas pumps here in Maine, they haven't hit hard, but Maine's so we're a tourist attraction, right? And I think Maine's going to be hit hard this summertime because I don't foresee a lot of people taking vacations this year. I mean, we will have some, but I don't think there will be that many. We'll be greater than the first year of COVID, but I think it might equal out be like the second year of COVID. There'll be a little flux of people that have got that little extra spending cash, but I think the tourist season is going to be somewhat destroyed here this season. I mean, Portland, Oregon, they're not really a touristy area, are they?
It's a pretty touristy area.
Is it? So do they survive in the summer?
The falls and some of the more popular nature-esque areas, and it's like a bar scene and really big titty bars, and yeah, it's like there's some things that draw specific crowds, to this lovely little town.
I just love how you plugged in titty bars here, brother.
Got it. I didn't know, to be honest. I didn't even know about that. Like I was a freight broker for a while, and one of my customers shipped coffee roasters, and we were talking about the Pacific Northwest and coffee and shit like that. And he was like, "Yeah, so are you gonna check out the titty bars too?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Yeah, I guess Portland's like really good on like strip joints. Like I guess they have a really good scene up here." And I was like, okay. I had no idea. I knew coffee was big and weed and like music and all that shit, but
right.
Yeah.
Meg Robinson on YouTube says Florida has spring breakers, and with nothing on shelves makes it harder on locals. They wait. Oh, I can bet. Yeah, because you get the college kids that come down during. Oh man,
crazy, right?
That's like do they really buy a lot of food on a spring break though, or is it majority of just alcohol? That'd be my question. Because I mean, they think they would eat out
probably
more,
like tacos and burgers, and
right? Hitting
like
up the
they're not going to the grocery store to buy food so they can cook.
right. They're not buying the rice and the roast and the pork
They're not
chop.
getting extra melons and shit to like cut up and eat.
Well, I don't know. You can have some fun with melons.
Probably, right? You can just put vodka in there or whatever, and
Yeah, you can make some pretty interesting drink mixes with watermelons.
yeah, true.
Alcohol snacks, Meg Robinson says.
What, like even like Jello shots and shit.
Well, then I think she's talking like chips, Slim Jims, anything when you're drunk,
okay, yeah,
trying to mellow down the alcohol a little bit. So you're eating chips, having some Slim Jims or whatever, and kind of mellow down.
To mellow down alcohol.
Well, it's not going to work out, but it tastes so damn.
I mean, it's good. That's like if that doesn't give you heartburn or some sort of like digestive problem. God damn.
Hey, I just say it tastes good. God damn.
Oh my god.
Oh man. So yeah, let's talk about stores. Meg Robinson saying, but their stores are still super low. I can say right now here in Maine, I shop at one of the bigger chains out here. Actually, there's still someone new. It's Market Basket is the name of the store up here, and they've been pretty good. And I've seen a few items run out, right, and some of the weird stuff too, like beef noodles that my kids are grown to love. Beef noodles they can barely keep on the shelves. They can barely keep certain brand cereals on the shelves, and milk is iffy. One day they may be empty of like whole milk, but they'll still have some 2% or whatever. It's watered down milk. I'll drink it if I need to, but they I've seen the shelves pretty decent on here. How have you seen your shelves on your end? But then again, you only just
I don't drink milk. What did I get the other day? I went to the grocery store. I grabbed a couple of melons, grabbed some fruit, grabbed some cheese, grabbed a thing of yogurt. Then I went to the other market and grabbed a whole shitload of meat, and they had everything I needed.
So Megan says they can't find cat, chicken, etc. So how many Chinese restaurants? No, I'm sorry, I can't say that. They'll get mad. I know what you meant, Megan. Oh man, Girl Duke, I shop at Market Basket too. Pet food is scarce and produce is terrible. See, it's funny. So
hold on. Are there not pet stores in your areas? Like I know that it's more convenient to go to the grocery store and grab everything, but like I don't buy any of my cat food or dog food from the grocery store.
So I order mine online. I can't remember. Chewy. I use Chewy for mine. I order our dog food from Chewy. Yeah.
Okay. I think one of my coworkers does that too.
But I actually, while we're talking about this, I know it's completely off topic, but I do want to ask people. So with my dog, we get this thing. It's called a bark box, and they send a couple of chew toys and some snacks or whatever for the dog every month. It's always themed. The last 2 months that we've been getting the dog food, I just realized today we have to stop giving her the snacks out of it. And number one, she destroys the toys. So if anybody knows a better box with even tougher toys, please let me know, because she chomps these toys to bits. Bless you. But seriously though, these snacks in here, this is the second time that we've gotten the snacks for her that she's gotten the runs from the damn thing. So
sometimes, yeah. Is it the same brand and same kind of snacks?
It's the same brand. Yeah, it's the same company. So I think we're gonna have to cancel out the snack portion of it or find a new
batch. They could have switched vendors or something.
So Megan Robson posted, and $30 for 12 cans. Ouch.
Why so much?
Right.
Yeah.
But then again, like what he was saying, just the cost inflation is really boiling down from everything. It's coming from the truckers, which is bringing it onto the store, which is bringing it onto the consumer. It's crazy. I'm really scared. Like we were, I really wish I did some research, but when you look at the Great Depression, when we had the Depression again, are we going to surpass that Depression in this era? Are we going to see that happen again? I mean, and then again, Russia's really pushing limits right now too. They just recently bombed right on the border of Poland, like literally right on the freaking border. And not to mention they attacked the fucking children's hospital. So I know they've said right now no boots on the ground, but is there still a possibility that we could eventually have boots on the ground? And if we do put boots on the ground, what's that going to do for us?
I mean, probably nothing good.
nothing good at all.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I get it. Countries need to go to war, but damn, dude. Just right now, with like all the technology and all the crazy weapons, like it's pretty gnarly.
It is. And well, not only that though, like even some of the things that are now considered an active war too, it doesn't even have to be friggin' boots on the ground anymore for active war. Now there's cyber war now, cyber attacks. And I guess supposedly we're already being threatened with a cyber attack coming in from Russia. And luckily I don't think we've seen any of that happening, but that could be very scarce and that could crumple America, especially if you hit our electrical grids. Everybody in America, dude, I don't care who you
That's
are.
every country. That's not just America.
No, but like America is very high on friggin' cell phones. You can't even see because of the green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cell phones. Like, I mean, yes, every country is, but some countries are not relying on cell phones. Not all countries relying on computers. Like, they've got a little bit made, right? But to attack us in that type of aspect, you could crumple America. And everybody's scared about nukes. Yeah, nukes suck, right? And they're freaking horrible. But you don't necessarily have to hit us with a nuke. I think, what is it, China that has the EMP capabilities? And
There's
that
a couple of real quick ways to really cripple a country,
yeah, it's freaking nuts. Just imagine, like, and we're not safe here. Like, I keep questioning friends and family about it. I'm like, listen, I said, what would you guys do right now if we actually had a war on America? So all that would never happen. Do you think the people in Ukraine said, oh, it never happened? Or do you think like people I mean, it can happen no matter
We're
where.
in a unique position though, because we have oceans on both sides, and then we have allies to the north and south of us. So it's like we're in a pretty unique position, but
Anything's possible.
yeah, I mean, missiles can go far really fast.
Yeah, and then I
If
guess
the country did want to get crazy, they could do it.
right. Supposedly North Korea is testing their missiles again too.
Yeah,
I was reading an article about that. I mean, it's crazy times. Like I'm just looking at this, and obviously, oh, speaking of news, did you hear 3 times vaccinated Obama now has COVID?
Oh, really?
Yes, I guess he was tested positive today for COVID.
Well,
I I don't know what made me think of that again, but I was reading that he posted on Twitter that he now has COVID. Now, mind you, I don't wish it upon anybody. I've had it. Now, I'm not saying it's not bad for everybody. It wasn't that bad for me. It hit me pretty hard. But to me, it was like a really, really bad flu. But then again, other people, yeah, I can understand where it hits them bad. So I'm not gonna really get into talks of that. So I wish him well. But yeah, I just popped my head that he just got hit with it as well.
yeah.
So,
well, I think he's in pretty good shape. I think he's in good health. I think he'll be all right.
yeah, I mean, the only thing he's got for him is just a little bit of his age, but yeah, otherwise he is in great shape.
How old is he now?
Oh dear God, hold on, let me find out. I don't know. Let's see.
If he's still fit, he should be all right.
Well, not only that,
He was like one of the most fit presidents that we've had in a hot minute.
so he's almost 61 years old. He's currently 60 years and 7 months old. So yeah, so he's still in good range.
He
Yeah.
doesn't have anything to worry about.
So listen, man, there wasn't much that I came with prepared here today, obviously, because I mean the only big news stories that we're still seeing is the Russian Ukraine.
Prepared?
What do you mean? I'm always prepared. And Meg Robson, I agree with you, and there's not one for me neither. I have not.
Nah, fam.
Girl Duke, none for me. I trust my, and that not for me neither. And that's everybody's. That's your opinion. That's your right, and that's why you should never.
My body, my choice, bitch.
but I did want to revisit. It's been a while since we checked out on Twitter and looked at the Libs of TikTok Twitter and kind of pick apart some of these videos. So I figured we'd have some fun tonight. For those who are listening on Wisdom, unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that we will be listening to now is video wise. You can watch us on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch right now. We're going to be playing. If you go on Twitter and look up Libs of TikTok, that's what we're going to be watching right now, just because it's been a while since I've seen some of this crazy stuff here. Because some of the stuff is just outright insane. I don't think that's all right. So this is just a picture. It's held a teacher training on the wheel of power / privilege. They were taught that white people, cisgender men. What the hell? Can somebody tell me what the fuck is cisgender?
Cisgender, I think, is I think it's a guy that identifies as a guy, or it's a straight guy that identifies as a straight guy.
Interesting. Okay. And then straight people are privileged and have more power.
Wait, is that what it says?
That's
So
well.
cis,
So no.
cis wouldn't. I don't know, man.
So what it reads is held a teacher training on the wheel of power / privilege. They were taught that white people, cisgender men, and straight people are privileged and have more power. So if we pull up this wheel real quick, so yeah, gender. I can't even read it. It really sucks. But it's got body size, mental health, neurodiversity, sexuality, ability, formal education, skin color. They spell color COLOUR. Citizenship, gender, language, wealth, housing. So interesting. And there's a website associated with that, ccrweb.ca. So I'm guessing that that'd be a Canadian website, if I remember correctly.
That's why. So I was like, the color is either European or I forgot Canada did that too.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this, enlarge it, and I'm going to
straight cis.
Okay.
Oh, God.
And I'm going to turn that down a little bit. That's on the computer side. So all I can rate, I'm trying to read the full video here. Hold on. This video is playing picture-in-picture mode. All right. Yeah, I'm unable to read the actual writing on this, but let's go ahead and play it.
Straight cis people. Allies. What the fuck are you doing? Seriously. Shit is going down in Florida, Texas, Idaho, South Carolina. It's going down everywhere. What the fuck are you doing about it? This is your mess that my community has to suffer. I see lots of yep, like y'all think you're Pac-Man.
What the fuck?
But I don't see nothing. So how many coffins will it take? How many members of my community have to die because of this wave of hate? 100, 500, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, a million? What will it take?
Okay, so I'm looking at the hashtags down here. It says hashtag end transphobia, hashtag end homophobia, hashtag LGBTQ, hashtag LGBT. I can't understand that. So I'm really confused on what he's talking about. He goes, as straight cis person, that's because you feel guilty and that's your problem to fix. I'm not really understanding why he's flipping out. If there's anybody out there who wants to elaborate, please do. I appreciate Meg Robinson. Thank you for tuning in. But no, I'm seriously, I don't know what he's complaining about here, to be honest with you. And
I'm confused. This whole that clip in general, I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to.
I'm not tracking on that one at all. I'm not tracking at all. Like, well, let's talk about. So he's talking about people dying for something. As far as I know, if you commit a murder or whatever, that person is going to be charged in the court of law, no matter what. So what would we talk about? Is there killings going on? Is there beatings? Like, I thought our country, regardless, has come pretty much more receptive to this type, the lifestyle. We accept gays, we accept lesbians now. It's whatever. I have a gay brother. I accept him. He's my brother. I love him to death. I never change it. Right. So what the fuck is he talking? I'm lost. I really am. If he wants to talk about a problem that's currently going on in our country, let's talk about the 22 veterans that commit suicide daily because our VA system is broken. and that the VA system, we're not taking care of our veterans. And that's what's pissing me off even more when I'm watching that we just gave $14 billion to Ukraine, but yet we can't fix our VA system. I mean, I don't know. That one I'm lost on, but that just pisses me off. And I wish people would see that we have a shit ton of stuff that still needs to be fixed in America too before we start fixing other countries.
Ooh, what's this one?
I was driving around yesterday.
What's that?
I said, ooh, what's this one? This one looks fun.
Right? This one does kind of look fun. So it said purple. All right. So just for everybody to know, I'm reading the title of this from the Libs of TikTok thing. So when I'm reading this, right, this is their writing and not. Yeah. No. So it says purple-haired commie is offended by the American flag. These people complain, but they never move out.
I was driving around yesterday with my husband, and we kept seeing American flags everywhere for 4th of July. And am I the only one that Trump has ruined the flag for? Because now I just see American flags and go, oh, yeah, those are probably assholes.
You want to say something?
Not really.
I mean, come on, people. Why does everything have to be blamed on? That's another thing that blows my mind, right? So why does everything, no matter what it is, it's always blamed on Trump? Like now when we see some of us bitch about some stuff about Biden. Maybe it's not Biden. Sometimes I bitch about it and people are like, oh, why are you blaming Biden? Because you fucking blamed Trump for 4 fucking years. I mean, seriously, can't we all just get along at this point? Understand that each president has their flaws. I know Trump fucked up sometimes. I know Biden's fucked up a lot, but in my opinion, but there's the reason why the politicians did not like Trump is because Trump was not a politician. He was a businessman. That's my opinion as well. Right. So, but I don't know. Why would Trump make you not like your American flag? Your American flag is what your soldiers have died for, to protect for your that one kind of
yeah. I mean, look, Trump's crazy, and I feel like all the Trumpers are, settle down. Like I get what everyone's all hyped up about. They like the fact that he kind of broke the system a little bit and poked holes where holes should have been poked, right? I think he did a great job at that. He's not some sort of legend. He's not a god, he's a highly flawed human being, just like everyone else. But I mean, look, people only Americans hate America. Well, I mean, there's a lot of people outside of America now that hate America, but they're still trying to come here. Like there's still a lot of people that are still leaving their country to come here still, right. Even though there's a bunch of shit going on right now. Like, so people
would die to work their way to this country.
People still are fighting tooth and nail to leave wherever they are to come here. So all of the people here that are ultra progressive need to just understand that people are still fighting to come here. And the only people who are, and that's because we have the Constitution, wherever they're from doesn't. Like there's a reason that they're fighting to come here still.
Exactly.
And I wish people would be mindful of that.
Exactly. And that's what I kind of like about these videos, because they do kind of open up a discussion, right? So this next one, I don't know where it's going to go. Nice. But it says, teacher has breakdown over being misgendered. These are people teaching your kids. I'll be curious what grade she teaches or he teaches. Let me see.
I usually love my job, but lately, the one driver that doesn't listen just constantly misgenders me. This person pretty much made it so I hate going to work. I freaking hate it right now. And I love my job. I really love my job. I love working with these kids. I love doing it. There's only 20 more days left in the school year. Like school days left for me to work. And I just every day I'm trying to convince myself that I can do it. It's just to just go through the day. I'm tired of getting misgendered and ignored all the time by her. She doesn't listen. I correct her all the time, and she doesn't listen. Just
I can't even listen to the rest of that. You're dumbfounded right now. I see. I mean, okay, so we had an employee that referred to him as a they them. I am, and as you know, I've always said, sir, ma'am, he or she. That's how I always been. And she understood, like when she hired, she tried to correct me that she referred to as they, them. But I said, listen, I do apologize. I really do. I can try my best, but in my head, it's the he, him, her, she. Ma'am, sir, her. That's how I was raised, right? So, like, I don't know. I'm getting so confused. I'm as confused as seeing schools requesting litter boxes in the bathrooms for kids that want to be fur babies. I'm mind blown. Gary, you're just so.
Dude, the America has gone mad. Our life in America has been way too good for way too long. And this is what happens. People fucking start losing their mind. They lose how they identify with reality. And that's like kind of the beginning of the end. Or I wouldn't even say that's the beginning of the end. That's the end is already well into play, you know.
I mean, as we look at everything that's going on, because I'm really like like I said, it wasn't much news. So that's why I went to Libs of TikTok to kind of just look at these videos. At the end of the day, Chris Palatine says America's a laughing stock of the world right now.
Our leadership is.
Yeah. I just look at it this way, regardless of anybody's political point of view at this point, like I said earlier, or regardless of your skin color, we all do need to come up to a middle ground and realize, holy shit, we're the ones that can turn this country around, not our politicians. We as Americans can turn our country around, but we need to come to a middle ground. We need to be able to agree and disagree on things without threatening harm upon each other, without freaking crying about it. Just gotta freaking man up, woman up, get it done. And if you don't like how your life is right now, change it.
Change it. You really can. And that's the thing that pisses me off is everybody's got the victim mindset, but I swear people are far more capable than they even give themselves credit for being able to be.
One of those credits.
One of those things. People like, look, man, like you said, you did what you had to do to fucking to get your house, right? Like you became very resourceful. Everybody has that capacity. Every person on the planet, like if it came down to survival, they would find a way, right? And right now they're at that survival way, and it's like it's tough, you know,
Right.
because now they're surviving and they think that that's all that there is. But those people are very much more resourceful and can make a lot more money and make a lot better life for themselves.
Exactly. I mean, we just got to look at, everybody's got to stop being so offended
and weak.
Yes. And that's our biggest problem. People need tough skin again. We're living in a country where everybody's not tough skin anymore.
Because shit's been too easy, bro. That's what I'm saying. Life has been too easy. So any amount of struggle is too much. Like any amount of struggle is too much struggle. If the fact that you have to work and then you have to do the dishes and then you have to cook your own meal, that's too much for most people. That's why places like McDonald's thrive so well, right? And it's like, it's hard. It is hard. It's supposed to be hard. That's what makes it worth it.
It does.
Like,
I agree with you 100%. I mean, I remember we were raised skin tough though. Dude. I was just talking about it the other day when I was doing my TikTok lives. I was saying, you know, I remember being a kid, and when I got in trouble, there was a little thing that went off my head and said, "Oh shit,
you fucked up.
I'm fucked up." There's
I'm
gonna go get a twig or get a ruler right now because my ass is turning red.
Yeah, man.
You know, but now if you spank your kids, you got freaking DHS.
Yes, yeah.
And they're like, hey, we need to investigate you. Like, okay. So I remember sitting in one time a while back. I think it was my daughter was a little smart ass. I was like, listen, I said something about spanking. She said, you do that, I'm calling DHS. Like when the kids know this, that they like, no.
That's the schools telling him to do that.
Right, the generation of pussification. It's horrible. Chris Palatino just posted something over here. Let's see. Oh, he's agreeing with you. He's anything that is worth it isn't easy, but these kids nowadays don't.
Fuck participation trophies. Anybody who gave out a participation trophy, you're a fucking weak human being. Like, no, you don't get a trophy for participating. Like, if you lost, you fucking lost. Go home and do more push-ups and get stronger and fucking work harder. So next time you either don't lose by as much or you don't lose. Like,
dude, I remember being in baseball in school. Like, if we lost, we did have to go home. But if we won, we got freaking ice cream, man. It was like, hell yeah, we won. That's what we always fought hard to win. Hey, we got to win this freaking games. We win this game, we're getting ice cream. If we lost, we're like, shit. Guess we got to train harder.
Yeah, no, and you got ice cream fucking anyway, and that's the ridiculous part, right? Like, whether win or lose, you get the fucking reward. So it's like, what's the initiative, you know? Like,
right.
Even if we don't kick ass, we get a trophy, right? Like, that's some bullshit.
Do you have one of those trophies, Gary? I just saw you like looking around your back. Are you looking for your participation trophy there, brother? Or?
It's I was trying to see what this one is. It's a third place. I got a third place bowling trophy.
Why does it say 13 then?
So I think it was 2013.
Oh, okay. I say, wait a minute, you sure it's third place, brother? You got your numbers wrong?
Third place, baby, third place. I think it's third out of like 40 teams or some shit. Whatever.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Yeah, whatever. Not bad.
You like to throw balls. We get it.
Huh?
You like to throw balls around. We get it.
Yeah, I like to throw them balls in my hands. Yeah, bowling's dope. But that's besides the point. Yeah, no participation trophies, man. I'm not a big fan of that shit. Like, if you want rewards, you have to sacrifice and put in hard work and put yourself in very uncomfortable, annoying, shitty situations.
I'll agree. So listen, man, like I said, this was just a quickie because there wasn't too much really going on. Facts. But I do want to give a quick shout out there because there has been a few people ask me questions, especially on TikTok where I do my lives. Listen, folks, if anybody ever wants to participate in this podcast, or maybe you'd like to bring some to the panel and you want to talk about, maybe you're a liberal, maybe you're a Democrat, and you'd like to have a conversation with, please, like, let me specify a conversation. I do not want a yelling match with anybody, and I promise to keep my cool. And I believe Gary should promise to keep his cool.
I mean, I don't know. I'll do my best, man.
But seriously, guys, if you want to be on the show, hit us up. Go to the markgshow.com. Enter on the be a guest on the show. We do this live recording every Sunday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to it. I love to talk about people, and it don't have to always be about politics on here. It just seems to be the biggest thing. But this podcast is about anything that's currently going on in America. Anything that affects American lives, that's what this podcast is about. So if you want to be on the show and you got something to bring to the show, please hit me up. You can also email me on air at themarkgshow.com. That's on air at themarkgshow.com, or send us a message through any of our social media profiles. You can find us just by typing in the Mark G Show. You got any last words there, my brother?
We good.
Just other than facts.
Facts.
Let's get out of here. Thanks for everybody tuning in.
You've been listening to the Snowflake Melter, the Mark G Show. Mark is your everyday hardworking business owner that loves America, and he certainly doesn't mind telling it like it is. We hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. To send an email, it's on air at themarkgshow.com. And find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Mark G Show. See you next time.